All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom taught I came out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Shamar coming back with another lesson. And in this lesson, I wanted to speak on the mark, regarding the mark. It's another a news update. As you can see, this came out the other day dealing with Brazil. And it says in Brazil, all universal basic income recipients must show proof of, taking the juice. And in the article, it pretty much goes into basically the CBDCs. I'm going to read it, but, briefly speaking on it, it's going into the CBDCs and pretty much the system that's being set in place is showing you further proving that mark that's spoken about in Revelation is actual something that's implanted inside of you. It's not whatever anything else that anybody out there saying. It's not sin. It's not a man. It's the actual thing that can be placed inside of you that would be used to buy and sell with. All right, so I'm going to read the scripture real quick before I read the article. This is Revelation 13:16. It says, "And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." All right, and that mark is talking about those C-hips that people put inside of them, and you see it slowly become the new norm. Every year is different news clips out on it, and now it just keeps on getting introduced more and more into society, basically desensitizing you to it, getting people accustomed to already doing certain things, like how with Whole Foods now you do the palm reader thing to pay now. So they're just slowly mentally getting you engineered or programmed to being in the habit of already being used to using that technology once it gets introduced, basically, even though you're not using it now. All right, like like I said, in Whole Foods, you got the hand palm reader thing. Certain cars, you got like a RFID card you can hold up to it to unlock it, like with Teslas. All right. So that all these different things are basically just getting you into that habit, training you or programming you to be used to using that technology once they fully implement it and just say, okay, this is what we're going to do, And like I said, this article goes into it some, but I'm going to read some of this article. And it's showing you as well that anyone who is reliant upon the government, like how out there they call it UBI, which brothers have been speaking on, for a while here and there, about how it's going to come a point in time where they do institute UBI because that's how bad things are going to be in the economy. And you see it out there in Brazil, they're already doing it. They already have UBI being implemented, and then they have certain stipulations you have to do or meet in order to receive it. And that's what they're going to do out here, just like people who get food stamps or government assistance on your rent, whatever, or unemployment, all these different benefits from the government. It's going to come a point in time to where you have to meet their certain requirements in order to get it or receive it. And one of those requirements are going to be you having that mark inside of you, man. All right. That charagma. But I'm going to read this article. And it says, like I said, from naturalnews.com. I already read the heading. It came out the other day. And it says, in order to continue receiving UBI payments from the government, Brazilians on welfare must now show proof that they took the juice. The newly selected Lula da Lula da Silva, Brazil's new socialist globalist leader, has decreed that the so-called Bolsa Familia program is being updated to only include those who receive every, uh, you know, medical procedure pushed by the government. We can't play, De Silva said. It's a question of science. If I have 10 of them to take, I will take all that is necessary. It was the Rio Times that first announced these changes to the Bolsa program, which is described as a social welfare program for the poorest families in Brazil and a kind of universal basic income. In practice, the scheme has become a social credit system much like the one that exists in communist China. From now on, all participants in Bolsa Familia will need to show proof of the medical procedure in order to continue receiving cash payments. And then they have the little, the tweet and the dude speaking, talking, the Lula dude. And it says the next section goes into the CBDCs will on ramp UBI programs all around the world. The announcement comes as central banks in Brazil and all around the world gear up to unleash their new central bank digital currency initiatives, which will do away with cash and coins. The money systems of the failure or the future. The money systems of the future, systems that are about to become the present, will require full obedience from the populace to every government order, including mandatory medical procedures. This is how everyone in the world will be forced into absolute government servitude. Nearly every CBDC program currently in the works comes with expiration and use by dates, meaning participants will need to spend their allotted cash within a certain time period or else it all goes away. There are also anti-hoarding features in most of them that further make it difficult for people to save their money rather than spend it on the government's desired timeline. Thirdly are the total information awareness mechanisms built into CBDC. Once it's digitized in a centralized database as opposed to being cryptographically secured or on a decentralized blockchain, everything becomes known to central authorities instantly. Taxation can be applied per transaction, but more interestingly, prices can be also modified on the fly. If you're behind on property or income taxes or have an unpaid fine, for example, they could simply enable a rolling garnish off on your wallet until it's paid off. So this is showing you the things that are happening, and a lot of people don't even realize what's going on behind the scenes because you're too caught up in, the Super Bowl. That was the main thing everybody was looking forward to this past weekend, Everyone just locked in, tuned into that. The Grammys, all this bread and circus going on, that's distracting you. Meanwhile, you have this happening, man, taking place. And like I said, they've been doing this in China. They're doing it in Brazil, and it's gonna continue to spread from country to country, because it's going to be at the end of the day, it's meant to be a global system, where everything, like it mentioned, everything is ledger on the blockchain. They know every last transaction. They can take money out of your stuff. You're told when to spend your money, how much you're allowed to save. You have a time expiration date, how to use it. All right. They're doing away with physical cash. Everything's gonna be digital, and then they're gonna be able to track everything. More control. All right. And people don't even realize this is happening right in front of you, man. All right. Meanwhile, while everybody else is getting caught up in the bread and circus, all right, the folly, the BS entertainment that they put out there. All right, you got Esau out here planning big moves, man. getting ready to change everything. Literally, they be speaking about in the WEF, the Great Reset, man. You actually have them setting the stage, trans transfer transforming the system right in front of you, man. And meanwhile, people are literally asleep, man. Don't even see what's happening. That's why they're going to get caught up in that day like a thief in the night, man. When all these things start taking place, when all that hell, anguish, and suffering start coming upon you people, man, it's going to come upon you out of nowhere. And the whole time it's been literally happening step by step. You just haven't been noticing because you never pay attention. The next scripture I wanted to get, though, is in Micah 2, and I wanted to start in verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." And that's what these devils do, man. All right, this dude, I believe it said it in the top that the newly selected. This dude, newly selected, he's he's already pushing the agenda, man. All right, and why is he doing it? Because it's in the power of his hand, man. All right, same reason why Esau doing all the things, wickedness that he pushed, man. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. If not, where and who is he? Who else is trying to literally create a whole system just to monitor every last transaction you make, every last thing you do with your money, tax you without you being able to do anything about it before you even can touch your money? They could just deduct stuff out your account, change prices on the fly, literally do whatever the hell they want, and you don't have any say so. Like the dude always be saying in the WEF, man, you can see how they're creating that system to where you will own nothing and you will be happy because you don't have a choice. You know, you literally own nothing because everything will be too damn expensive for you to buy. You can't even save money no more because your money expires now. They're taxing the shit out of you. They're going to be adding in all type of different stuff, taking money out your account randomly. And then to top all that off, you know, they can excommunicate you outside of society to where you can't buy or sell. Because it's all on this one system, you know. Locked into the CBDCs, man. And then this is going to force the people that are already struggling to line up first and foremost to go and do it. Just like how they right here, how it's saying that in order for people to receive their payments, they have to go and take that juice. How much more so once they start implementing the mark, man? All right, they're going to say like, all right, if you want to continue to get your unemployment or continue to get your food stamps, continue to get your rent assistance, whatever the hell they assisting you with, anything the government is giving you, if you want to continue to receive those handouts, this is the next thing that you got to do now. The requirements have been updated. This is the new requirement, along with the many other things, you know, including you taking the most current and up to date, you know, medical procedures they're going to have out there because there's always something new. So literally, you're just a complete slave, man. You have no type of control over nothing. All right. But the main point being, like I was mentioning when I first started, you know, this is showing you that the mark has to be, you know, this technology, man, that they're coming out with that's going to be implanted inside of you, man. Because the CBDCs, they're on the blockchain and whatnot. Yet they're going to put that technology inside of you as far as like that you know, that mark or that charagma, which is that, you know, that chip. All right. And that's going to have all your information on there, the digital ID, all this everything going digital. It's all going to be placed on that one device, man. Are your information, your medical records, you being able to buy and sell, all right, any fees or things that you owe on, any taxes or whatever. He's literally going to have everything all on that one, you know, system, on that one device, tracking you everywhere you go, man. This is just showing you the road that we're heading down, man. And this is why you have to pay attention, man. We're seeing things come to pass. All right. In the midst of all this folly and stuff going on, things are happening, man. I'm going to wrap up on this. It's Habakkuk 2:1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Because we're supposed to be standing upon our watch, man, paying attention to what's going on, staying current and up to date with the current events, man. Because a lot of things are happening. All right, like I said, meanwhile, all these things been taking place, the Grammys, I don't watch none of this shit. So the Grammys, Super Bowl and shit, all this stuff is going on. Meanwhile, all this is happening, like I mentioned with that article, along with many other things happening in the background. Esau passing all type of laws, trying to do stuff with the whole, what's the shit called? The WHO. They're trying to pass new bills and get those signed to where all the nations are on the same accord, to where they have one set, one set so-called law or system that everybody, or policies that everybody follows worldwide, globally, regarding disinformation for, speaking against their medical system and things like that, to where you can get in trouble. So all these type of things are going on in the midst of these distractions out here, man. All right. But continuing on, it says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And that's what you see happening, man. All right, the prophecies are not tarrying anymore, man. They're surely coming to pass. And you're seeing it, man. They're speaking. Everything that we've been talking about through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you're seeing it being made manifest now in these last days, man. How long have we been saying, all right, from our apostles on down, that the mark is what it is, man? All right, the mark spoken about in Revelation, the 13th chapter, we've been speaking about it being what it is, that system, that one global system, telling you that all this stuff with the CBDCs, what it's going to link to, how everything, that's going to happen through the Spirit, man. And you literally see it play out. It's not even like it's a surprise, because we already know what this devil's going to do. All right. We're just seeing it manifest at this point. It's showing you the times that we're living in, man, which is the last days, and this place is out of here, man. All right. And this is why the masses of the people are going to be caught off guard, man. You want to be dependent upon the government, trusting in your government, and he's setting the stage to where you ain't going to have no choice. It's either you take this or you ain't going to be able to do anything, And you can clearly see that. Hey, so with that, I'm going to wrap up and give all praises again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the Akim out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.